is kind of laid out the way it is. When you get to the express vote ballot, the only way to know that you have a Democratic ballot or Republican ballot is us putting these notations of Democrat in here. When we used to, and this is where sometimes law doesn't catch up to kind of like what our new technology is. So when we used to have the old ballots, you could make different headers for this that used to say, and we used to do it that way. It used to say Democratic ballot and it used to say Republican ballot, and it made it very clear which ballot you had. But this, none of this up here goes to the express vote ballot. So that's why we designate in these headers what the ballot is, so that, you know, as a voter, you said, oh, I wanted a Republican ballot. And maybe if you don't know who all the Republican candidates are and you get in there, you're like, oh, is it a Republican candidate? And these headers tell you exactly that that's what those are. There's a lot of science.
What do we need to approve?
If you will approve the unopposed language for the nonpartisan in school, basically, and then us changing for unopposed Democratic and Republican candidates for it to say vote for all.
I'll make a motion to what you just said.
And I second it.
Motion has been made and seconded to move forward with the language that Jennifer has suggested, or that actually has been mandated by the Secretary of State. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Let's do it.
Thank you much. And we, like I said, originally I was like, oh my gosh, we finished LNA and we're going to have to start all over. But then I realized we have not finished LNA. We still have to LNA the poll books, which is actually a much more detailed process, which means that we will go back over all of this as we're LNA the poll books. Because what happens when we LNA the poll books is we have to make sure from the poll book that when it prints that barcode and it says it's a Democratic ballot, that when we put it in the express vote, it's a Democratic ballot. And we have to do that then for every single precinct, for nonpartisan, for Republican and Democrat. So we actually are far from being over of LNAing everything. So
what did you say your deadline was?
So technically our deadline, we're well ahead of our deadline. It's February the 5th. That's our next meeting. So we have 3 weeks and we'll be able to do this. Our most important deadline though this week is making sure that these ballots are to the county clerk's office. But because we are a PYO county, because we have our own ballot on demand printer, once we make those changes, we'll go back through and be able to do that. I did visit with the county clerk's office to ask how many absentee ballots do you have? If, you know, our deadline is Thursday. I always try and get them to her beforehand because I don't want to just wait till the deadline, but I think she has less than 10. So she can.
It's not significant.
No, it's not. She totally will be able to print on her deadline, which is Friday. So yeah. So, you know, this is, you know, if we're going to have a mistake, this is when you want to find the mistake.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay.
Not official mistake if we get it done before.
It's not, because no ballots have gone out to any voters.
And you haven't said the process is complete.
No,
So
we're not.
We're good. Okay.
So yeah.
And I appreciate your diligence of doing this so quickly and putting it together for us.
Well, we have the capability and we have the team. And if we were relying on ES&S to do this, this would be a completely different conversation we would be having. But because we do have the ability, we should take advantage. That's why we are a PYO county, is to be able to do this. So.
Okay. Well, let's hope we don't find anything else at this point.
We have always said if we don't have to redo LNA, there's something wrong with it. Like, you know, it's like Murphy's Law kind of thing.
Yeah.
This means we'll have a good election day because we're having to start over on this. So that's always kind of been our philosophy.
And how's training going? Is that still?
That starts tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I've kind of been thinking about this, and then we're able to do this
Mhm.
today.
You're gonna
Yeah.
get a good night's sleep tonight
I am
now?
gonna get a good night's sleep. So yes.
Me too.
And you're still accepting poll workers.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, we are. So yeah.
Okay. Other business. Other business. We're adjourned.
Mhm.